If you had an active business in 2020 or 2019, you could qualify for this PPP funding. The interest rate is 1%. The loan can be forgivable. Why haven't you applied for the PPP loan? You're going to need your 1040. You're going to need the form around the Schedule C section that indicates how much income your business made that particular year. What's going on, everyone? This is RFBM, Raising the Financial Bar with Mar. So today I want to talk about how I was able to apply for a PPP loan and quickly get approved in less than a week. So for those of you that do not know already, the PPP stands for Paycheck Protection Program. And for those of you that do not know its purpose, the PPP loan was created as a direct incentive to provide funding to these small businesses in order to keep their workers on payroll. And for those of you that do not know, you can be self-employed and apply. And that's how I was able to apply for the PPP loan. And it was an easy and quick process. So those of you who qualify for the PPP loan, I would advise you to, first things first, apply to a lender. And once you've applied to a lender, apply to multiple lenders. So the reason that I tell you to do that is because that will increase your chances of being approved and speed up the process as far as it relates to how long you will take to finally receive a response on your application status. So for me personally, I applied for Blue Acorn, Blue Vine, and Smart Biz. So I didn't get a response from Blue Acorn, and because of that, that's why I began applying for other lenders. But you should just apply for them regardless. So for Blue Acorn, the process to apply for it was very simplistic. They even had a description. They broke it down to you. They explained the process. It was just seamless. However, after I submitted my application, I have remained in the underwriting process for a while. So I don't know if it's just because they're trying to authenticate the legitimacy of my business and if I qualify, or it was a glitch, but I never got past the beginning stages. So that was a dub. The next lender that I went through was Blue Vine. So I went through the process and applied for Blue Vine, provided my 1099, provided some documents to show that just important documents to show that my business was legitimate, and they declined my application. So at that point I was thinking, oh, I'm done for it. But I went on a Facebook business page where they discussed the PPP and different lenders, and I seen that there was another one called Smart Biz, which I was aware of, but I totally forgot. So I went through Smart Biz, and Smart Biz, ding, 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 that was the one that worked out. And I was able to sign my documents recently, and now I'm just waiting for the funding to be distributed into my account. Now, I also heard about Womply, because if you don't know already, there's this guy named Max who's big on YouTube that talks about EIDL and the PPP, but when I went through his link, it didn't work. So I don't know if that was just personally me, but I was unable to get anywhere with that link. And even when I went personally through myself, just attempting to get through, the link wasn't working for me and the website wasn't loading and getting me past get to the next step. So after you found your lender, the next step you're going to want to do is identify your loan. So if you've never applied for the PPP loan initially, you would go through the route of the first draw loan. Now, if you received it before, then you would do the second draw. And what made it even better about the PPP loan was that they changed the formula from net income to gross income. So there's a couple of things that you can use this funding on, and you want to make sure you follow their stipulations, or you could be in violation of the law. However, what I decided to do is strictly keep it just for payroll, simply because I don't want to deal with any issues in which I have to decide, is it this certain percentage or is it that certain percentage? So what I intend to do is, once I receive the funding deposited into my bank account, I'm going to have the payments deposited in that bank account, but I will make checks out from my business bank account to pay myself into my personal bank account. So back to the forgivable portion I wanted to talk to you about. Because if you fulfill the requirements that they stipulate within an 8 to 24 week period, they will forgive your loan. So essentially, it's a grant. So that's why I'm calling it a grant. And for most of us, we will be able to use that funding within that timeline. And if you don't, the interest rate is 1%. You really can't beat that. I encourage everybody to try to apply to this that qualifies as soon as possible. They extended the deadline to May 31st. So don't wait all the way up until then, so you have a little bit of time though to get to that. Anybody else that's received the PPP loan or intends on applying or have some problems with their situation, please comment below. I genuinely appreciate that. I love to see everyone help each other out into the comments, and that's been a general theme so far in the last month, especially on my channel. I touched the topics of the EIDL loan and the EIDL grant, but I don't really discuss the PPP. But the PPP was way simpler, a faster process, and I didn't really have to go through the leaps and bounds that I had to go through for the process to get my EIDL grant. As always, I appreciate the support so much. It's been a long journey, and just this last month or so, we've been growing rapidly, and I've continued to gain more watch hours, subscribers, comments, and likes. So I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, we're raising the bar. We're raising the financial bar. This is RFBM, raising the financial bar with Mar. Peace.
Our own mind has to be changed. We have to change our mind about ourselves.
But this world is such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's like taught that from school.
I don't come to bow, you know. I come to conquer.